my goodness, man. All right, there he go, brother. We live now, so stop talking about these folks. Oh, no.
All right, we won't see nothing bad.
Not yet. Well, who knows? It's still early. It's still very early. KP, man, I am looking at that yellow though, and again, I don't know what to say except, oh my.
I'm so sorry, man. I'll make sure not too
No,
much
brother,
yellow.
don't be sorry about that right there. That's hot. I'm trying to contrast. I got
Okay.
Evie shirt on. Y'all, you know Evie from the Ecam community.
Yes.
Fast forward. I got her braided
Yes.
on. Yeah.
All right. Now
She's not even watching, and I'm rocking her merch.
We got a McDonald's French fry joint going on. Everybody wouldn't understand that. It's McDonald's French fries right there, you know.
I will never get that out of my head. Now, hold on, that's a screenshot. I need to get that right now.
Yeah,
I'm gonna send this to McDonald's and tell them, listen, we having the conversation about y'all.
That's a French fry situation right there, you know. Man,
what did he say? What we say? We just need some ketchup and mustard. We looking like ketchup and mustard tonight. Go ahead, Kevin.
Yeah, man. Listen. Woo! So you've been traveling again, I see.
Yeah, we again 35,000 feet. They know me there. I'm used to turbulence. That could be a whole nother topic right there. But yeah, we travel, brother. We travel. You travel too, but you travel like within your neck of the woods.
Haven't been anywhere in a while, you know.
Okay. I know you.
You know what?
You got a passport.
I really haven't been anywhere since New York. It's been literally since New York. I haven't really been anywhere out other than places that I had to go to do work or something like that. But other than that, I haven't really been out.
By choice? Or what's up with that?
You know what it is working. So when you working enough, you almost get into a zone where I don't like to pause. So I like keep going. Yeah, I don't like to pause. I try to just keep going. And so I think that's what I did. Just kept going. I look up and it's like we haven't really been anywhere. We've been out of town. We've been to Atlanta during the Super Bowl, came back. But these are like runs we had to do. We haven't taken a vacation. So.
Yeah. You need to get on a cruise or get in the air. Show your passport. It's time to do some of that, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna let you do it whenever you get ready to go into it, because this is hilarious, man.
What you trying to get into, man? What you trying to get into?
It don't even matter.
Man?
We just plan. We just shoot it. You know.
I'm about to say, is this what you trying to get into right here? The little dude that's on your shoulder. I didn't know if that.
Man. Man, I had me a good time, bro. When I say I had a good time,
you going to Montgomery,
bro. You know what really blessed me? Otis Moss the third, a well-respected guy. Otis Moss, his pop, senior, that whole Morehouse gang, much respect, right? Yeah. I met Otis Moss the third at the Black Caucus.
Okay.
Some years ago, and I served him because he was the keynote speaker. When I saw him put up the chair, I was like, I don't want to hear nobody spiritual. I don't want to hear your dissertation on what's wrong with, how everybody was joning and talking and everything. It's like, yo, just go ahead and sit down real quick and just let us be.
Let us have this one right here. Let us. Listen. You can and then when
Rob Vowles hit and he put he showed me the skit. I was like, listen, and I'm just gonna keep it a buck. Once my white friends was like, yo, I was like, I don't want to hear nobody say nothing else. All my interracial couples that was laughing, I was like, yo, because that was one of the moments where it was like, right is right, wrong is wrong.
Yeah.
Let's not get into the race card, start all that crap. They was out of pocket. Done. Everything else, everybody did something wrong after that. But the initial thing, And when I saw my man throw that hat up, I was just like,
that's the new who right there, right? That's we know Hootie Who, right?
Rob, look at Rob.
There you go,
Rob
right
said,
there.
yo, when Rob, I was like, when my neighbors and people close to me that's not the same color as me was just like, once they did that, I was like, we here. Let me have my moment.
Yeah,
let me have my moment.
They ride with us. They ride with us. You know, can't you? Listen, you can't go to where is it at, the Walmart and the Kmart right now and get them chairs because the price is up and they low in stock.
Come on, Kevin. Kevin's my dude. Like you said, keep it 100. Let's just keep it a buck. That was just out of pocket. That's some entitlement garbage if I ever seen it.
My dude is the fella who jumped in the water and dispelled all the myths that we don't know how to swim.
Listen.
He was moving a little slow though. He wasn't Michael Phelps speed, but he got from A to B eventually, and then he put them hands
across that water. Wait, did you see Ricky Smiley? Did you see Ricky Smiley? You have to see the Ricky Smiley commentary on it. It's kind of long, but when you check it, you're going to die laughing because Ricky messed up and said, and he said that homeboy didn't do anything. He said he swam all the way across the water, but I'm gonna keep it 100. He said he ain't did nothing, so he didn't know. He didn't see all of it. See, that was everybody's problem. We all came in on certain parts, and I'm gonna say this for the record.
Go ahead.
For to an extent, I get it, right? The chair got out of control because most people they were looking at the drama. I'm a person that wants to see how did it start. I don't care who's getting hit, you know, what's going down. People, ooh, he had a bat. They got this, that, and the third. And in this case, it's a chair. I get it. But everybody was highlighting the chair. And I was like, I see the chair. I'm trying to figure out how did it get there to the chair.
Why did it even jump off?
Yeah, and then we got the dude swimming in the water. We got there, everybody like, yeah. Then the chick commentary was the best, right? She said everything we wanted to hear.
The thing is, and I think about, and this is crazy, right? And there's more positive out of this than negative because one, I'm not gonna say anyone deserved it, but you know what? Hey, sometimes you need to get them hands put on you. But we rally around, I think, more than any other culture. Would your teeth fall out, bro? Oh Lord!
I dropped something. My bad.
His teeth fell out. This.
No, I had this popcorn that I love, man. I dropped the piece. It's chocolate, so I was like, I can't let it sit on the floor. But go ahead, my bad.
I thought your teeth fell out your mouth. I think more than any other culture, rally amongst ourselves, and when we see one in need of help. And the bat signal goes up. There's a couple of bat signals, right? You know, the hat is one. The Hootie Who is the one that you know as well. But we gonna come running, and we gonna protect. So you can't fault you really can't. You can't fault the cast that came out there and said, listen, we're not gonna have this injustice done to someone, especially the man was doing his job, hitting some folks on the head. Well, you know, sorry.
Right,
but you know, you come at us, we're gonna come back at you, and it's time for being timid and time for being bystanders is kind of gone. So
look, Kevin drops a great point. He says that society, he says everyone's passing judgment without knowing the whole story.
Knowing the whole story, yeah. So, getting bits and pieces, getting little TikToks from here and there or wherever the case may be. But speaking of TikTok, did you see the one I sent you?
No.
Oh my gosh!
I didn't look at it. You sent me one.
I sent you one like in private in the private TikTok DM. And it was the chairs breaking down what went down. It was a oh my goodness, Lord have mercy.
So I'm still laughing at the fact that it's so much highlighted with the chair. Like I put a couple of comedic posts up about the chair, right? But for me, it really, like, the chair was so minute, and the sad reality was, I was just like, it's gonna have its own repercussions to it, right? because at the end of the day, it is like an assault, right? The cool thing is it's a chair, not a bat. But
Yeah.
and I think through the process, it'll equalize itself out. But like the police chief says, like, yo, we like to holler at the boy that had the chair in his hand. Like, you know what I'm saying? We want to holler at you. Like, we can't just let you off the hook because you all in the video with the chair, right?
Yeah. Chief of police said, "Hey, man, we just want to talk to you. We just
want to talk to you now."
Like
I
Richard
mean,
said, the whole story
fair is fair.
Yeah, we just want to talk to you.
But you know, Gretchen, absolutely, like you said, the whole story is needed. And when you get back to the whole story, even I took into account, you know, it was a lot of hypeness on the boat that could have set the guy off to swing, but he was going to do that anyway because that's just in him.
Yes.
But if you take it even further, it's just the principle. So like if you almost do like an outside of court, in court, the principle is just move your freaking boat.
Yes.
Right? The thing that got me was when they had the news conference and somebody asked the question, is there a sign up there to say you can't park here? Because that would further put, you can't park there, because the way they were saying it, it was basically like, well, normally that boat's always there and everybody knows it. Well, now we sound like our last president. I'm not even going to disrespect him. We sound like our last president. He's like,
don't say it on this show.
It's just such and such. Everybody knows it. You know how he always says everybody knows. You'll be like, oh, eCameras are great, and there's a new beta update. Everybody knows it. It's like everybody don't use eCameras, so we don't know that. But it was one of those things where they kind of threw it out there like it's something that everybody know. Well, the next question is, does everybody know it, or you assume everybody know it? And is there actually a sign there? Because regardless of how wrong Hondu was to hit the other guy, right? They still, on the defense part, you're going to be like, it wasn't no sign there, right? So if it's a sign there, it still don't justify the swing. It don't justify none of the set off. But the thing that makes it complicated, it does show how a society sticks together, right? Like, to an extent, it's a lot of variables in there if you had to change the color of the people, right? But then if we do that, it gets complicated because it's like, I'm just not trying to get a ticket on my boat. So if you tell me I shouldn't be there, I'm going to move it, right? Entitlement
much, right?
Is...
and the thing is, and so we can go into a whole bunch of different stories about it, and we are Brother Fireplace sitting here saying what's happening with you. He likes the hat that you got on there too. Okay. Rob saying if you own a boat, you know the dock space is owned by so the fact that there was a man of color in authority.
Yeah. There, folks, I like it. You said it. You hit it on the money.
That's what in Montgomery, Alabama. If you do your research and you find out what actually happened back in the day on that riverfront.
Good word.
Right. It's a whole different mentality and mindset of what happened in Montgomery, Alabama on that riverfront back in the day. And now you got a black man in authority telling these white folks, I'm gonna need y'all to move this boat. Y'all see this steamboat out here trying to park. I work here. I'm trying to get y'all to move. The dude he was talking to, they was getting animated. Yeah, they was talking and you know, we loud. He was probably loud too. Hey, bro, y'all got to move this. The dude he was talking to didn't even swing.
Cause he did. Cause he did what we do.
From out of right field.
We like my man. I'm trying to say.
That's
you know,
we animated, right? That's what we do, right? We have emotion, and don't be scared. Just recognize this is how we are. But old boy had to come from out the side view, and then put them hands on it, and next thing you know, they go to bat signal. Sorry.
That's what made it. That's what made it like something that was like, we don't condone it, but it was needed, right?
Yes.
And the blessing that most people don't like to talk about is it was no guns involved, right? There technically wasn't any damage to equipment, technically.
Yeah.
It was isolated. The way this pans out, regardless of how far it is that justice is served equally amongst anybody, even the extra people that jumped in on it. You know, I don't like to see women get hit, period, even by other women. Right. Mm-hmm. But nonetheless, you know, mom or whoever the chick was, she gonna jump in and is like, oh, you can get some too. So it was like, that was on you. You seen your guy come in swing first. Then when you break it down, the one of the dudes that was with him, he tried to stop it, but it was like, you didn't do a good enough job. And Velrita, let's not miss her point. That's my big sis. Like she said, that wasn't the first day that they were asked to move it. So if there's a history, I don't know if that's full facts, but for whatever it was just, it was a buildup. And sometimes we got to look at now we can put the label on God works in mysterious ways, because the way that panned out, it brought a bunch of attention. And the best thing was, I think Rob sent it to me, was the comedy skit where in less than 2 days, you had black and white folk get together and reenact
at the pool,
accurately.
the one at the swimming pool. Listen,
you know what that does for kids that are looking at each other, that are white and black and looking like, okay, which side do I take? Well, they work together to show. And what it told you was the actors in that video, they agree dude was out of pocket.
Yeah.
Right? And we find a way, I don't want to sound American, but we find a way to say we're here. How do we not push aside the reality of racism, the reality of detention and all of that stuff, not schmooze it over, but at the same time, not live where we're tensed all the time. You know what I'm saying? So yes, Valrita, the school skit was hilarious to me. And honestly, when I saw it, I stopped and said, there's a big black guy that's playing the guy that got hit, and there's a white kid that's playing the guy that was in the wrong. They got together, found an angle, choreographed, like the dude swimming across the water, the woman coming in, the other people jumping in, the dude that was like, I don't want no parts of this, and he got some too. The fact that they did that, I was just like, yo, we got to get him credit where it's due. If we're gonna laugh at the chair, creativity.
Listen, day one, there were these out, right? The little comic strips out. There was, oh Lord, I know, lock my scenes, y'all. Don't tell me that. But there was comic strips out. There was merch out. There were the skits that were out as well. And again, all of it was done in acknowledgement that the whole situation was a bad deal, right? And I think was in the corner of the man who was working, right? 95% of the folks were saying, yeah, the family that was on the boat, they were in the wrong, and they know they're in the wrong. And we're gonna. I have seen more, again, micro content posts, TikToks and Instagrams and all that saying, man, y'all should have known better. You mess around, you're gonna find out. And you do this and we gonna rally together. So having the conversation is a good thing. That's one thing that, for me at least, I enjoy having those awkward conversations. And I enjoy bringing up these awkward conversations, as you've probably seen me before. And that's a good thing. The fact that more and more folks, instead of just us laughing about it and talking about it and saying, "Oh, did you see what happened?" There's more Rob Valls, and there's more Alec Johnson. There's more other folks that are asking the question and that we're engaging with, and they're seeing the pros and the cons and the negatives and all that out of it. So we'll see how it all shakes out. Let me lock these scenes. Oh Lord, I shouldn't have done that. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, when I say healthy, I'm laughing at it because I'm just like, what's the odds on something like this happening? And then with all the phones, the social media, the fact that we just can't stop comedy. Like, we're going to be, funny about whatever. We're going to tease the last president, the now president, the future president. We're going to tease all the way down to, we had to cut off, like, all right, that's Patti LaBelle. Y'all back up real quick, right? You know what I mean? Like, but we going to sneak a little laughing on there, like, come on, Patti, you should know the song.
You know these
it's
words,
like, yo,
Patti, man.
It's like, it's almost like today's day, nobody gets a pass. But here's what I saw, though. I realized we needed that because the fact that we went so far in about that stupid chair, like, it's the funniest thing because it was so overdrawn. I like it. And then I laugh at the people that come in like 2 days late and they're still asking, what's with the chair? Then once they figure it out, then they start reposting stuff that's already played out. Like everybody already done put that one up, right? Martin Luther King got the chair, Malcolm X got the chair, everybody had the chair. And here comes somebody on Wednesday, like, oh, here's a post. And it's like, yo, dude, take it down, you late.
Yeah.
But I feel for the people that are missing the point. Because I wanted to see that press conference to see how you going to handle this. Mayor's black.
Yeah.
Chief of police is black.
Yeah.
Right? The people seen on camera, they got a lawyer up. Right? The company has to speak up, because the other part is y'all send brother man out there to go handle that.
Yeah. And half of his co-workers jumped in. Right. Well, when they got a little nasty and ugly, half the co-workers had their little blue shirts on and say, "Listen, we clocking out right now."
Let's push a little further here, right? Let's push a little further. Had the owner of the boat been a different color, the cops would have been called to move the boat. That's just my opinion. That's just Keith Pelzer. But had that boat been, it could have been Michael Jordan's boat. Cops would have been called. Because of the color of the skin.
Helicopters would have been out there. News would have, it would have been a whole different situation. It would turn really bad, fast.
That's just my opinion, right?
No, it's true though.
Like Ricky Smiley said, the older guy, you got to hear his comedy joint. I'm
gonna check it out.
He said, dude was just out there probably trying to make some extra money to get his grandkids some school supplies. And dude gonna give him a hard day. Dude, when I saw the brawl, and then like an hour later, I finally dug in and I saw how it kicked off when the video started coming up. And I looked up and I was just like, exactly, Gretchen, the Coast Guard would have been out there if a brother had the boat. But anyway, I was sitting there looking, and when I seen my man just like, yo, can you move the boat? And all this talking you see him doing. My man did at least 20 minutes of talking. And the dude got so fed up, he just came in and took a free shot at him. Then his son or whoever the guy is, you gonna come from out of nowhere and football ram a OG? You need your boob whip. That's what you need.
No, that's just not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. And it doesn't matter where you are. You could be in Philly, you can be in Montgomery, you can be in Sacramento. It don't matter. We thought that it had okay.
It was just okay. It was so needed. Like when I say to you, I was just on it. It really just did a shift for everybody. I think it really helped. And it started the conversations of looking at our own color and saying, if we learn to keep that same mentality, attitude, even towards the older people on our block where we're all the same color. Because we got young boys around the way that don't care, and they carjacking somebody's mom, grandmom, or something like that. It's like a dude carjacked, got a baby in the car again. It's like, come on, y'all. Like, let's not just take that. Let's take that and feed off of that and get momentum into the stick together. And then also know that when we look at you're different than me or you're a different color, we get to see, well, this is one of them times where it's like, my white friends wasn't sitting there like, oh, well, the other side to it is they were just like, yeah, that was a dude. He messed up. Yeah, like he was out of pocket. That really gets you when you just like, because normally it's us. Yeah. Normally it's us that got to say, yeah, bro was out of pocket, so right?
Now it's went in our favor, all of this social media and all these cameras. By having all these cameras there, because again, if they hadn't been filming when the melee started, when all the loud yelling, move the boat, when that started, it'd have been three sides to the story.
It gets better, right? So the white kid who was with the black man up there, he got hit. His mom was like, "Oh, we pressing charges."
Yes.
Did you catch that?
Yes.
So he didn't give a pat. He like, no, I got hit too. So I'm pressing charges now. On the side, I'm like, yo, my man, you can't walk off like that on your dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, but he's a young boy. He's a teenager or something.
He don't know.
Yeah, he
Uh,
ain't know, you know.
you got a message coming to your phone. Nope. Right there, you got a message.
Oh, I got a message coming to the phone.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, it's probably a link. What's the link? Oh my God, yeah. See, if I read another one of them people, it's like
See,
the
they
chair.
were the mercs. One day later, and so again, you cannot say folks are not creative out here in these streets too. But I mean, find an opportunity. You got the new Boston Tea Party. You got merchandise. You got skits and videos. You got cartoons. You know, I got you see my cartoon. I'm gonna put this on my business card.
When I saw that moved me, and I was going to tell some of my preacher buddies, I could preach that right there. Hear me when I tell you, the way when you watch it and you seen bro throw the hat in the air, because he took it off and put it back on while he was talking before.
Yeah, he took it off and he flipped it back.
Yeah, he flipped it back.
Pause, right.
And he's talking, he's showing restraint. He's like, yo, I'm just trying to do my job. But when dude raised up on him, he was like, look, when he did that, that's a meme for life, bro. I was like, I've been there before. I have been there many a times where you just like, you know what?
And now we know, folks will definitely assemble. The Avengers will assemble when you put out this new bat signal. Like, my God, Kevin said the meme of the chairs by the door at Walmart got to him. There's so many of that. Again, not making light of anyone that may have been hurt. Some of them deserve to be wounded a little bit. I say that, and we'll see what happens with the legal system. I think it's gonna be open and shut case. I think it is, because you got so much video out there, and the family has got. I guess they own a convenience store, and folks have been hitting them in the wallet, going out there and giving them 0 and 1 star reviews, like on Yelp and everything. So they've been their Yelp rating has gone down to nothing. And when you're a small business owner, you rely on that. So hitting them in the wallet. I can only imagine what the clientele looks like at the little convenience store right now. Because
and in them Bama streets, there's probably so much tension, I mean, because people they're going to stand what they're going to stand for,
Yeah.
And that tit for tat is always bad, right? The tit for tat is, well, you ain't say nothing about that. You ain't say nothing. It's like, no, we're going to come to a moment where it's like, it's in this moment right now. Let's deal with one thing at a time. And that's why when one of my buddies, they were just like, all right, enough with the chair. Are we done yet? And I was like, nah.
Like, just, hey, what's
just
funny?
Let it go.
Here go one of my boys from high school, Sean in the building. I appreciate it. So Sean, he is one of the dudes I've been with, and we got into some things. And listen, Sean know how to put them hands together too. So I know he just living in a whole nother world with what's going on right now. Good to see you, brother. I appreciate you for being here. No, we're not gonna be done with this for a while. We're gonna be talking about this in December on CNN at the end of the year.
No,
review.
it's a national chair day. I promise you. If people don't remember anything, think about this with Facebook. The memories are going to come up. It's going to come up a year from now. It's going to say the memories, and Facebook is going to remind you what you said on that day, and it's going to come up. It's a national holiday.
My goodness. Facebook got me. Facebook got it, y'all. Listen, y'all watch what you say or say it. If you need to delete it, you better delete it, because 8/5/23 is gonna be a day that lives on for a while. My goodness, huh?
So wait, what's the motivation? So did anybody I haven't been checking. Did anybody interview the kid? I know he has a publicist, but Aquaman. Did anybody interview him?
Lord, I mean, he
got a publicist
working on his brand.
I mean, he might as well, because the thing you're going to want to know is, what was your motivation to jump in the water? Because it's not just that you could swim. You jumped in the harbor in the water to go across because you had to rationalize there was no other help for this guy, right? The little bit I saw on him, he's not like racially charged, like, oh, it's an opportunity to fight a white guy. It was just one of those things where it's like, yo, I don't want to speak for him. I guess I want to see what he has to say. I want to be careful with that. But I'm pretty sure, like, I'm interested in what most people, all they know is, oh, that baby swam across there. We ought to be open to digging into what was your push to do it. Like, you ain't think about what was underneath the water. You didn't think about how tired you was going to be when you got there. You ain't think about were you going across there to hurt somebody, kill somebody, like, or you just helping that guy that you don't even know.
Yeah. Well, they work together. Big. They work together, right? Because he was working on a steamboat, and I think, again, third person removed, Monday morning quarterback in here. You see, I did the YouTube, the Google search.
Okay,
for Black
here we
Aquaman.
go. My man.
I did
Ladies and gentlemen,
Aquaman.
James is on it.
And the whole story come up looking at Black Aquaman. But I would think that he saw his coworker, his friend, getting jumped, and said, I need to get over there as soon as possible. I may not know how to swim real fast, but I know how to doggy paddle, and I know how to tread water, and I'm gonna get over there. And when he pulled himself on top of that dock and then still got throwing little hands, I think that's what it was. If I saw you, Keith, across the way, I'm gonna find a way to get over there to help you out if some folks is trying to steal your bike or your cameras.
Push the narrative. He has so if he knows this guy, he had a relationship with him. Dig into what's the relationship that because so in Christendom, this is what we say. If I read this on here, what manner of man is this who will lay down his life for a friend? Talking about Christ, right? Let's take that, and this is not a church service, but I'm just saying, take that, pull from that, and then place it into when we say be Christ-like or whatever your spiritual, belief is. Whoever you follow, it's at least a better person than yourself or someone who has set the example. And so if that's what it is, it's kind of like, what manner of man is this that would lay down his life for a friend? Or when we say the statements, I'll go through mountains and hills for somebody, or I'll do this, or I'll swim the ocean. Well, he did it. He swam across, it wasn't the ocean, but he swam over there to help somebody in distress. If we take that mentality back to our streets, right?
Come on now. Yes.
If we take that back to our streets, then my 78-year-old mom and somebody's 70 or 60-year-old parent or something like that ain't got to be worried about getting a pocketbook snatched, carjacked, X, Y, and Z, because that guy that swam across was youth to go save a senior. Right? So if that be the case, somebody has to be the person, the face and voice of reason. Shout out to my wife's company, Favor, face and voice of reason, to push that part of it after the chair has kind of died down a little bit. After the whole, yeah, he got served. It's like, okay, let's dig into everybody's mindset. The folk in the boat, they was like, we gonna act. Yes. Move, get out the way. Yeah. We making a song out of it, right?
I was doing the same thing. Listen, I'm gonna be completely transparent.
I'd have enjoyed it too. It's funny. Thing. Is it necessary? No. Was it funny? Yes. Is that how we do? Yes, that's how we do. People can like it or not, but that we didn't just start that. It was entitlement. I'm not gonna move my boat. Well, part of before we act, we can get comical, we get hype. But it's just like, enough is enough. But here's the problem. When we say enough is enough, brother man didn't throw his hands first. He got hit first. So everything that ensued after that was a group effort, a united effort of enough is enough. That could not have been set up any better. It just boiled over to the point to where, again, trying to be, and again, we're third person removed, Monday morning quarterback. As I stated, we only see and hear what we saw.
Man
Right.
said, "Man, y'all got to move." And again, we animated. We I talk with my hands a lot as well, and you know, we sit up straight and we look right at you. That's just what we do. And the man is trying to handle business. He's got a big boat of maybe 100 or so folks out there in the middle of the harbor. Hey, y'all got to move.
Mm-hmm.
And for someone else to intervene and then
Right.
put their hands on somebody who's trying to handle business, that right there is just completely uncalled for, and that will bring the wrath of anybody. I'm surprised, and again, if you pan back, I'm surprised that there weren't even more white folks that probably jumped in around the event to help the worker out. We just locked in and we focused on Black Aquaman and Unc with the chair. We focused and locked in on that, but you know, those types of things, if y'all been in a brawl before, you know, they don't just die down real easy. And just because the police show up, and police show up, then you know they need to watch out too. But you know, there's some other little fires happening all around that, and I would almost imagine that there were some folks that were kicking in with family to help the situation out. So the whole story, there's 3 sides to the story, and like someone was saying, we need to know the entire story, the entire truth. Hopefully it comes out in the press, in the rags, in the news, in the deposition or whatever, because we need to know. Inquiring minds want to know what's going on with this right here.
Well, look, it's going to come out. What's going on, Juan? It's going to come out. But the thing now is going to be, when your pockets start to get hit, your business start to get hit.
Yes, sir.
Then naturally, it's a business move to offer an apology, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be interesting on the apology, right? Because we're not going to believe it's sincere.
No,
it's cleanup, right? So now we deal with, does it change anything? And the change that can happen is after the laughs are over, we have to take what we saw to see what kept us occupied on social media for like the past 3 days. We have lifted the chair. We have had people that don't even go to church remembering the church chair. And technically, that's not the church chair I remember. Our church chairs was wooden. So if you had one of our church chairs out there, we went from wood to metal. We ain't even had them plastic ones. Them was the cheap joints. We had them good chairs, as mothers and them would say. So if you had the chairs that I had in church, it would have been a little bit different than that. You know what I'm saying? That's
There'd have been some emergency people out there, personnel as well. Lord have mercy, we need Adam 12 out here.
Wait. So maybe you can answer this question: where did the chair come from?
Man, I'm looking and I'm trying. I'm not going to show any video because y'all can go see the video, and it's not a video.
Who was in that chair? Like, it wasn't one of them fold up beach chairs or nothing.
Yeah, And that couldn't have been on the boat, but the chair is right there.
Where'd it come from?
And that's not just something that you have on the dock, just sitting there.
That just didn't match the dock.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, well, Ralph said there's always chairs on the dock. I just never seen a chair like that on the dock.
Yeah,
like
not
that was. That's like a concert chair or something, like or a banquet chair. That's just something like that. That just wasn't one of the chairs that I would have thought. So when I seen it, I was like,
against the boat, she says, "Okay, I don't know." And here go the folks here that had a very bad day.
Oh, they
just look. My man right here on the end, he looked like he know. You know.
Oh man, they got him out there.
Yeah, they know. We didn't. Again, another meme from the Hangover quote. You know, they know they messed up. They know they know they. You can't even open his eyes all the way.
Yeah, that's a bad
one. I wonder if he's the one that jumped into the water. Remember, he did. There was one of the dudes that didn't want to have no parts of the situation, and he just jumped himself in the water. So I'm getting away from y'all.
But wait, here's the funny thing. I'm laughing at, so the other part that I saw that nobody talked about was the DJ. The DJ was the dopest. I mean, the music was still playing, and the DJ's like playing music. He's like, "Yo, check the water. It's 2 in the water. Make sure they ain't drowned. I was just like, yo, he is still DJing. Like, he's still spinning records.
Man still got Frankie Beverly and Maze playing, like the Titanic going down. He gonna play until
Right.
his shift is over.
Steve Harvey says the band's still going. Boat sinking. Band still going in. I mean,
I don't know. I don't know where I'm still looking. I'm not gonna show any of the video itself, but I don't know where the actual chairs were. But Rob says he thinks that they were on the dock. Okay, well, whatever. You just got to keep them things with you. You got to keep them.
I'm gonna agree with Kevin. I think because dude just did not have enough sense, because he could have kept arguing. When he swang, I still feel as though, and I guess they said they investigated and they don't have enough to push and say it was riotous or racially motivated, right? So they ruled that out. But the thing is, like Kevin says, they was probably good and wasted.
Oh, they was.
So his judgment was way off. Judgment was just gone.
You got to have some 90 or 100 proof in you before you even think about trying to approach. When
they had that good like Alabama moonshine something,
right? You in Montgomery, or you in Atlanta somewhere. You on one of them Peach Streets, and if you listen,
that's that moonshine. No, wine. That's more than Coors. That was some good stuff. Oh, the good stuff right there.
My goodness. I mean, Gretchen says, hopefully that boat owner is going to have to face regular laws, but maritime laws as well. You know what? Take their sailor's license from them. Who knows? We will see, man. But it's darn shame.
Kevin, I'm still in that. He said, I like that too. Wine, moonshine, muscle. But Kevin said liquid courage. I mean, like, you got that liquid courage. I think you better back down. That's
right. You're gonna find out. You're gonna learn today. You're gonna learn, man. Oh, I can't wait till someone like Chappelle, or maybe even little Kevin Hart. I can't wait till the season. I can't wait for Chris Rock. Just someone just to
not Chris Rock.
Make it plain.
No, I'm sorry. Chris Rock gonna jack it up.
Steve
Dave Chappelle's gonna give it right.
Yeah,
Dave Chappelle.
Dave's gonna tell us the story. He gonna make you think about it. He gonna say, listen, y'all know better. But he gonna make us laugh too.
Because look, Dave is fair. Like you said. Look, no, wait. We still ain't hear Dave Chappelle. He's probably working on it right now with what's that? Kylie? What's the girl name?
Who that? What do you do?
The homegirl that faked her whole kidnapping. Kylie, whatever her name is.
What kind of news? What you looking at, man? You looking at National?
No. You heard about it? The girl said she was missing, and she was like, she had a bag of Doritos and whatever, and from Target. She had the FBI, everybody looking for her. They put her behind bars. God, I think something.
What is wrong with these?
And the parents, everybody lying. It's like, come on now. Do not waste our time when there's so much human trafficking and stuff like that.
I did see that story. I didn't read.
And I get everybody. It was same streets, literally. Mm-hmm. But it's just like you make that call and you get everybody alert, and we got everybody. Oh, prayers up for homegirl. It's like. And the boyfriend, and he took his stuff down. It's like, yo, don't nobody got time to be playing about somebody missing. I don't play that missing stuff.
Yeah.
I'll be tracking real quick. I turn into an FBI agent when somebody said he missing.
Some things we play with, but some things, come on, we don't play with some things, right?
Got time with that, man. That's like something wrong with your brain when you messing with cops and
when we got to mobilize folks, that's when you can get into some real trouble. So we don't mess with that though. All right, man. Yeah. We gonna have this to talk about forever.
Right.
Forever.
Go ahead. You can move. You the one got to go. So
again, like I say, my son's birthday. He's playing soccer tonight at 8:00, and I think I saw my dad in the comments. So as soon as we done, he gonna jump in his ride and come on over here because he lives 5 minutes away. Then we gonna hit down the road, watch him play a little indoor soccer. And then I just learned before we went live that apparently the whole team is coming over my house.
Shout out to Isaiah.
Gonna eat up all the food though, man.
You got IH I got IP. Isaiah
Yeah,
Pelzer.
okay.
You got Isaiah Hicks. Isaiah Hicks. He is, how old is he?
19.
19. My man, he bigger than you too.
Yeah, listen, I've been to the gym. That boy's squatting more than I do. I know I can pick it up and put it down too. So does your son have a middle name?
Neri. Yep.
Okay.
Neri.
Love it.
Yeah, man. He's he going to the gym. He ain't big as your Isaiah, but he's cut though.
I see him flexing. I see him online.
Yeah, he be trying to flex,
walk
man.
around with no clothes, no shirts on. And look at this man.
He on his flex joint. He cut. I mean, he got that Bruce Lee kind of like frame
over there
cut.
wearing mediums all the time, so folks can see his stuff. I ain't mad at him though.
Your son got the bolo thing going on. He like bolo. My son is Bruce Lee. He got that slimmer muscular.
Son got them Jerry Rice muscle. Right.
Right. No, actually, Isaiah got that Irvin Fryer like shape. Cause dude, Irv right now, like you gotta see this dude. When you see him in person, Irv is still like a daggone action figure. I mean, straight action figure.
Really?
I'm like, that's how I'm trying to be like that when I hit that 6'0", man.
Oh, so you just put his numbers out there.
I put it out there. He put it out there.
You just told the whole world what his numbers.
I threw him out there.
Yeah,
Listen, you won't believe it. You look at him, you won't believe it. I mean, fit.
Yeah,
just fit.
Nothing wrong with that, man. That's what we're trying to do, right? I mean, and you out there closing your ring. I don't understand. I think you cheating. To be honest with you,
bro.
You closed your ring. Well, I know you 3 hours ahead of me, but I saw.
Oh yeah. I'm up early and do
today. You closed all your rings, and I said he cheating.
I had to close them, man. Now, you know what really ticks you off?
On the dog or something, and having the dog walk around the house.
So I ride the bike. So when you ride the bike, it works. The metabolism goes up, and then when it uploads to the bike app, then it'll send it over, and it deducts some though. It doesn't give me like a full thing. It says you get this much. But the thing is, when I don't ride, then I gotta walk. And you got to keep the movement because the watch actually measures movement, not necessarily how much you burned.
Yes, truth. That is true.
Yeah, you got to keep moving.
Now you're on Strava too, right? I think I saw.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because you out there. Where India Delgado at? Because she another one that's out there in these streets trying to.
I was trying to find her. I'm about to send the search party out for India. Like. She faded or something. I'm like,
it says we got to send out a part. I don't see you. Where? I'm looking for you. I'm not going. There you go. Oh, yesterday was nice.
Oh, what on Strava?
Yeah, you was out there in them streets. Look at him. Yeah, little morning. And no. Okay, so yesterday was 35 miles.
I used to do bigger miles.
15. Okay. Yeah. See.
Yeah, I only did 15.
He was already out there in them streets.
Yeah. I had to get in and out before the rain started.
Oh, and then what is this? Okay, that's the August though. So you averaging look at you, you the local legend. Most okay. Do you have the beacon turned on Strava? You know what the beacon is?
No, it's on the computer though. So if I crash, it'll alert the family and say,
okay, so you got that. That's
down.
That's for real.
Look, listen, when I ride through certain areas, I'm gonna just leave it right there, right?
You had the beacon
when I ride through certain areas, I'm like, if it don't move on Find My Friends, if you see it stop in that neighborhood, come get me.
Code blue. KP is down, y'all.
I'll be riding the bike with certain places when it be pickup trucks passing you and they slow down. I don't talk to people in pickup trucks.
See, and that's what I worry about, because you out there with the dope bike, right? Well, you got the nice bike, and then you probably out there with some kind of camera gear. And I seen too many shots of you putting the camera on the ground or somewhere away from you and leaving the camera, and then getting the shot of you coming back for it. I said, this brother done left him.
I used
24.
I use 24 millimeter when I got the camera and it's just me, and I'm in a place where I'm not sure. 24. Okay, so I can reach you if something go down. I only use the 70 or more when I'm in an area I got spotters and all that stuff. But nah, 24 millimeter. I know my cameras now.
See the things we got to think about though. These are the precautions that we have to think about, be aware of. We preppers, kind of like Zani Sunshine. I talked to you earlier today. I don't know if you saw the interview. She's a prepper. She moved from Atlanta to the fields of New Mexico, and you got to be aware of these things, right? You got to know your surroundings, as we say. Know your surroundings. But I ain't mad at you, man. Look at that, 21 miles, good, decent little elevation there. That elevation right there. Ooh, yeah, okay. You out there getting it in? Go ahead.
Bike riders, man. Bike riders, where y'all at? Oh wait, so India, yeah, I think she did go to Jamaica. She's supposed to be doing some big bike ride.
Well, she back though, because I saw her doing her switchboard live. Unless she's doing it remote, I saw her this afternoon. So,
okay,
we putting you out there. We calling you out. It's like a dance battle. Look, we out here about to call you out to the middle of the circle.
Hey man, I had to check back in. I haven't been in the eCam community in a minute. I was going to check back in because I'm like, post-pandemic, right? So I want to shout you out for your consistency, right? Because you were doing this for a good minute. And then I realized, because a lot of people, they were like, yo, dude, where you been at? Streaming. Because I see you doing the photos and stuff like that. And I said, well, I do other people's podcasts and video casts, and it took me out of doing my own, really, right? And I was like, you have to have a certain momentum and then a flow. And I was just like, you have to choose what's best. Some people are still trying to, sit there and go on camera, and it's just like, yo, you missing your bag over here. A bag that you ain't got to chase, but a bag that you need to pay attention to, because that lane might be better for you. So this kind of circles back to what we normally do. And Kevin says it all the time. It's like, yo, know your lane, right? Mm-hmm. And so I realized I'm not going to let all this photography work go and sit here streaming, right? When it's kind of like, I can stream anytime I want, but you miss photography if you just let that go. So yeah, like I'm busy this weekend. I got 3 gigs this weekend.
I heard that, brother. Go ahead.
Photography, and I want to say this to encourage some people, man. For whatever your job is or whatever you're doing, a lot of times you pay for seminars to get this, and when you come and watch me and James, you're gonna get it for free. I'm gonna drop this, you get it for free. I'm telling y'all, because it works. I did not get business cards, right? I'm not saying don't get business cards. Got it. But understand the times. Now, with this Instagram day and age, okay, this is where the bougie part works. When I'm in public and people see me with this wrap camera, it costs $40. I wrapped it. I took the time, wrapped it myself, got a cage on there, whatever. It's the same camera like 1,000 people got that I know, right? But they're like, oh, look, you got that dope camera. They not saying it's dope because they know it's an A7 IV. They saying it's dope because the camera look cute. Then the strap by Holdfast that I put on, right? Little plug for them. They like, oh, that's unique because I pick it out. Same thing with the hat. Irv, he got this hat. James rocks the hats. So I put my look together. It's a style, right? And you go out, that just sold you on the client. The client's already looking at you like, yo, you're dope. They ain't even really see my work yet. So the next thing goes, they say, you got a business card. I say, no. They say, you got an IG. I'm like, yeah. They look at the IG and they like, yo, right? I need to talk to you. I need to get you. So I just set up my honey book and stuff like that because I was behind the 8 ball in doing it. But my strategy is lean into you and don't try to do something and take the template to be like everybody else, right? That's where you're unique at. And so I chose to take the path of let me discover me in this and then let people hire me for what I do, not what they want done. Okay? Because what they want done is I want pictures, but you don't want to get the people that's like, what I want done is a headshot in front of a white screen. Well, there's businesses for that. I send people to those businesses because I'm like, that's not my lane. That's not what I do. Because that's boring to me. So I'm not going to give you my best. So the latest client I got, they basically said, yo, I'm calling you. And I said, let me know specifically what you want. And you know what they said to me? They said, I want you to put me in a scene that you would pick for yourself. It don't get no better than that.
Like this Ironworks, right?
They said, I want you to put me.
You just said, right? You, the hat, the fit, the environment, and this is not a. That's why I specifically put this one up here. This is not a normal picture that you would see a photographer put on their portfolio page of themselves. But this right here talks about who Keith Pelzer is and who you're getting. Now, you point him to your IG and they say, okay, this is a dude. What does he do? Well, you just click through, and now you see. Okay, this is the kind of work he putting out?
Yep.
It's got, so yeah, this isn't your standard 50 millimeter or 35 millimeter headshot, lean your head to the side, put your shoulders back. This isn't that. This has some emotion to it. This has some feeling to it. This tells the story, tells a story. And I think if I look at it, it tells me something. And if Kevin looked at it, he sees something different, right? I mean, well, I dissect your pictures all the time. You know that.
Because you seen the one from a different angle with Tina in it. So that reverse angle of that picture right there is the one right next to the Frame Me video. That's Tina. That's the opposite direction. Right? So basically behind her, past those two yellow beams, that's where the camera was pointing. And I took those about 3 weeks apart. 3 weeks apart. So we happened to be in Philly. Wow. And I was practicing. I was like, yo, stand here. And I got a shot of her from there. I didn't have my flash and stuff like I wanted, but I took that. And it's like, actually a couple of female clients is like, yo, I want to do a photo shoot at that location. I was like, let's go. I almost
think that, and I don't know if you consciously thought this, but looking at this, the earlier shot of you in the same location would not have worked as well as it does if you were in the same position as Tina is.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Nope.
The direction that you're facing and what your backdrop is works for you, your outfit, your look and style for you, and then to put Tina facing that, the street, the beams, the greenery, the flowers behind. I mean, that's best for her. And I think if you had switched it, it wouldn't have been as powerful. Just again, just in my armchair quarterback analysis of what you got here. But
dude,
you making it happen. You making it rain.
I'm feeling pictures like I felt my music. And let me say this to you. I'm gonna shout you out. So the way that I love how you build your overlays and stuff. Let's take somebody else that I really admire. Bradley Vincent, right?
Yes.
So he was making the templates, or like not Alec, but it was somebody else that was doing them. Alicia was doing them for a while. But the thing is, those people end up doing it for the masses quick, right? For the non-creatives, right? Like Bradley was kind of for the non-creatives. Creatives will look at how he does it and make their own off of show me how to do it. The non-creatives, and I don't want to say this as a disrespect, but the people who lack that super flow of creativity, where they're kind of like, I need motivation. I kind of don't know. How do you guys come up with that? Those people will need the Bradleys and the template makers and whatnot. And if you really pay attention to it, that's when you would know, even you can't really mass produce. James Hicks can help you out.
Yeah.
Because then you don't get this. Like this right here, you'll know what I'm saying if I'm like, yo, I need you to make me some overlays. But what I'm coming to you with is, I want something for Keith Pelzer that got the dope feel of what you're doing, but I don't need you to give me what you got. So for me, what I did with Tina was I displayed two areas of, actually, if you look at my timeline, you don't have to pull it up now, but I literally have about 7 pictures from that same location. And most people don't even realize it's the same location.
Wow. Wow.
Because of how I like to
Because the
create.
angles and
Yeah.
time of day and all that stuff. I appreciate what you said right there, right? Because again, there's no less than 7 elements in this screen right here. Right, there's no less, and I can point them out if somebody wants to challenge me on. There's no less than 7 elements in this particular screen right here, right now, and y'all know I stream. I put this YouTube stuff to work, and I'm out here doing it, and each session looks different to match with the branding, to match with the vibe, to match with whatever, and it's completely conscious in terms of how everything looks and feels and should behave. To spur about, again, we talk about energy, spur about the engagement and the feel, right? This the muted look, a little more cinematic. So I went from dramatic to cinematic, right? So I got a filter now on the lens, pulled it back a little bit. I'm going full frame, so I got a different look on that. Everything is done for a particular reason, to get a feel from the audience.
Yep. I love it.
All right, man. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. I just once every 2 weeks, me and KP get on.
Because when people come at you, they're going to come at you because of your uniqueness, and what they're going to look for is to give off that uniqueness, but not you. So they want the uniqueness, but not the same as you, right? And when you present yourself as a creative, your clients are getting creativity, not mass produce, right? Like that is something that has to sink in. There are a lot of people that are in business and they're giving what can be got anywhere, right? Rather than, something that's specifically for me from the person that can create. So the other thing is to show that I'm so versatile that I really don't even repeat myself.
My goodness.
And if I'm that versatile that I don't repeat myself, think about this.
I might have to raise my prices to the Alec Johnson level. I was looking at how much Alec charged. Lord have mercy. I need to raise keep talking like that.
The worst part about that people make mistakes with cameras, right, is right now this camera can point in millions of directions, right?
Yeah.
In this room. Why would people keep pointing it in the same direction, the same way every time, when you can change the shot just doing this in one space? Isn't that crazy? You can move closer. So think about the fact that we can zoom in and out. The same way you can zoom in and out to change the picture, you can turn left and right, up and down to change the picture. The way you put the subject can stand any kind of way. That is creativity. Stagnation says, like, I'll deliberately shoot people's pictures on the street with the yellow lines or the white line. But then in that picture with the umbrella, I changed it and said, hey, let me make that line over here form a triangle with me and something else to break from the norm of doing that. So the thing about uniqueness is when you know how to create, your clients are getting creativity. And there's a wow factor in there because they can't really predict the dope outcome. But you created a consistency that everything I shoot is creativity. And so you're open, and you also save yourself from being judged off your other stuff. So the only thing that has to be consistent is you use quality lens. You know what I'm saying? You get your framing right to what it is. And then you have your technique in editing. That's it. Everything else on the outcome is the wow factor, and that's why they come to you. That's why producers were great back in the day. I'm not saying they're not great now, but that's what made them great back in the day, because you go to them. Yes, you go to Teddy Riley for a New Jack Swing, but Teddy comes up with something that fits you. And we go like, that's a New Jack Swing beat, but it got so-and-so on it. It got that one on it. That's a Neptune's thing, but it got this guy on it. It got that person on it. And it's unique in that. There it is.
And the fact that you brought that passion, that love from music, bridged it into another creative passion, can't be duplicated, can't be replicated, can't be faked either, right?
Nah.
So
Nah.
Dr. Cox is in here. When your clients give you creative control, there's nothing that feels better than them trusting you to do your thing. Come on.
Yep.
Speaking of lenses, hey, is Sammy still here? Sammy, listen, Sammy, all of 12 years old,
Sammy been
shooting movies,
rolling.
He buying cine lenses. I was just thinking about this because what we were just talking about. Sammy just.
I don't have a cine lens. Like, what is it with a cine lens? Like, did you have one? Do you have a cine lens?
I can't afford. I don't have that Sammy money. I don't have that Tom Buck Sammy money, y'all. I'm just rolling. I ain't gonna say nothing. Okay, but I got a few things too. But I ain't mad at him though. The man shot him a little short, little video. Put it out there. I do got some. Did you see? I did an unboxing today. Shouts out to Elgato. Anybody need to stream that? I got a few streams. I got all of them. So 3 boxes showed up from UPS today.
Nice.
So I got some lights. If y'all need some lights, plus. You need a plus.
Look at that.
I got the OG, 15 key. So 15
good
key.
Lord, that's what I'm talking about, man.
And then they sent the pedal. But see, the problem is this is my 3rd pedal. The first 2 blew up. They just stopped working. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I did an RMA with them twice, and they sent another one back each time, and it still didn't work. So who knows? Maybe 3rd time's a charm. But I think I'm gonna do giveaway for channel members. And bless somebody with that because do you need it? I'll put it in the mail tonight.
No. I got the pedal sitting down there on the floor.
Like that?
Hey, so before you hit your son's birthday get up, right? Let me tell you this. So this was dropped on me. These what these church folks say. Oh, the Holy Ghost dropped this in my spirit. I'm gonna tell you what's funny. So I'm in these different photography groups. And the A1, Sony A1 always comes up, right?
Okay.
And you know what I learned about it? People like Manny Ortiz and different ones that have that A1, they still use it. And I'm going to tell you what I learned about for people that have gas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm going to repeat this again. You got to watch the sellers and the gear hypers.
Mm-hmm.
Because the real people will just out of nowhere grab their 6,000. They'll grab their 6,400. This A1 right here is $6,400. I think that camera came out in 2018 or something.
It's been around for a minute.
It's been around for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand that cats that got the A7R5, they still pick up that one for like those like private like shoots where it's like, oh, I got to do this special video photo shoot. They'll grab their A1, put a newer lens on it, or put the old 50 on there, old 85, 135, take the pictures, and then they throw them up there, and people go, what camera are you? Like, oh, I use the A1. And you're like, yo, y'all actually go to this. So what it basically says is that with all the different new technology that comes out in these cameras, it still just comes down to pointing and shooting. If you ain't out chasing cars around the racetrack, you ain't out chasing a deer down the street. You find you something and lean into it, embrace it, and enjoy it. Just enjoy it, man. Because
it's as simple
somebody
as that.
need to hear that, man.
There's a blessing right there. I'm gonna chop that up tonight. That's you gonna get that all over the face.
I mean, I can rehearse it and say it better next week, but I mean, every now and then, man, I'm telling you, these cats will be coming in these groups, and you like, yo, that is a dope picture.
Yeah.
And then people they naturally ask, what camera is it?
Right.
And the honesty, they'll be like a A7 II, a 3. A APS-C camera, you like, yo, I must be missing something. So I say to people, put in your hand what works for you, right? Be honest with yourself that it works for you and go for it. Stop holding. Stay out of your own. Get out of your own way. All those things, right? Kevin was asking, do you have the Stream Deck Plus with the knobs? Who, me? He's talking. Me. No, I don't have a Plus.
You want the Plus?
Nah, I don't have a Plus. I'm still on the XLs, man. I got an XL here and the XL back there. And
well, you even had somebody built you some cages for him back in the day.
No, I built the cages.
Oh, I thought someone like built you like some wood enclosures for
No,
him.
remember I built it and almost like tore my hand up doing
That's right. That's well, I didn't want to bring up the bad news.
Yeah, that's me.
But that's
see.
Let me see. That's right.
Hey.
I try not to bring up the bad.
Hey, I gotta get my man from last week. The other week, JP, I was about to knock him out flexing with them daggone cameras, man. I was like, dude,
JP was doing it. He was. You know, and he
was doing the most. I was just like, you know what? I was laughing because I was like, I am determined now. I'm not gonna switch a camera for nothing on the night. I ain't switching nothing. I was just like, come on, he was switching right.
JP, like he was talking, and so I see my other camera right now that's on. It's not really framed, but he was out there.
You can do it. You host it. You can
but he was doing
it,
and he was like, "Hey, KP, you know, I'm just what I'm doing, and I'm just, right. I'm like, wait a minute. Just about to floss on.
He was trying to refigure. I was like, dude, what are we doing here? That is so 2020s. I get it, but he just did that room. Shout out to JP. Love you, man.
I tell you what, he just flossed on us like that. I said, okay.
I said, my God. Because you know what it is? I like to keep it 100. I honestly am not like talking to you is easier to look. And I'm, ladies and gentlemen, disclaimer, I'm switching it to show y'all. It's easy for me to see you right here. And the funny thing is I took the teleprompter off because I was adjusting something with the camera trying to figure it out. Mm-hmm. It's easy for me to just look at the screen over here in this direction, right? And then this is my favorite angle here. That's my favorite angle, but I was just like, then I have to keep catty corner. So I literally just leave it right here.
Yeah.
And unless I got people in the room at the table, I don't even be using all these cameras. So I went back into the eCam community and just saw, I was like, are we still doing this? And I see people, the new setup and this, that, and the third. And I really find the preacher in me coming out to say, what are you doing? Right? Because if you just keep showing equipment, the matrix is you keep chasing equipment and you never get anything done. So you get the campaigning of, yeah, so I got this gimbal because the gimbal going to allow my videos to be more straight and it's not going to be as bouncy without it, you know. And then the next thing is, oh, I got the new ZV and it got the stabilization in there. You don't even need a gimbal. Then you go, oh, I got this lens and you're like, wait a minute. So last week you had a gimbal. This week you don't need a gimbal. The next week you don't need that lens because you can do that lens. And then it's like, wait a minute, hold up, time out.
And
listen to yourself.
A single video. and still haven't press record or stream anywhere. But you got the stuff. Okay. Do your thing.
Because then somebody's going to go to your Instagram, your TikTok or something, or a website, and they're going to want to see all of that. Right?
Yeah.
So if you notice, the people that show you products, you go to them when the new product comes out. So if they say it's a Sony A7 something 5 S coming out, I'm gonna go to certain people because they got it. They're doing that work, right? Gerald Undone is doing all the details on the lens and the corner and the sharpness and all of that. But if that ain't what you do, I ain't going to check you out for that. And if anything, I'm hurting because I believe in you.
Yeah.
Person. I believe in you. I believed you when you said you're a creative. Show me what you're creating.
But you put your put your mouth where your money is. Put your mouth, you know.
Show me what you're creating, not critiquing.
That's funny. So we will hold until the 29th because I think the 29th, Sony's supposed to be probably announcing a new A7C2 or maybe, you know, the smaller form factor, full frame or some other thing, maybe some other lenses on the 29th. We know a week before that or 2 weeks before that, Gerald, Vong, Manny, handful of folks that we trust hopefully one of these days, Miss Diana Gladly gonna get on that list too and get access to some demo units. But those folks are the ones we gonna look at to see how do they feel about it, because they're not gonna just prop it up and say, oh, you gotta get it. Why? I like it. I love it. Spend $7,000 and then they end up giving it back. I'm gonna be just curious to see who goes out and buys the gear just because on the 29th Sony sparks up all the dopamine hits and says, oh, you got to get it. Why? Because it's new.
Or the gaslighters, right? So look, we talk about gear acquisition syndrome. Well, gear acquisition syndrome, shout out to Anselm Paul.
What's happening with your brother?
From over them streets overseas, beautiful pictures. But here's the point. People who have gear acquisition syndrome, you got to be careful for the gas lighters. Gas lighters don't normally buy this stuff. They just light the gas for you to buy it, right? And until they actually can buy it. So like one of the things that, you know, one of my brothers, I kind of was trying to say on the side, how are you reviewing something that you don't have?
My goodness.
Right. So you can't review the SM7BS and you don't have the mic, because I'm looking at the same specs you looking at. So let's just say I anticipate. But the big thing is, do you have it? How is it? Because remember, the loop deck, everybody was talking about the loop deck. Oh, the loop deck, right?
Ain't nobody using loop deck.
I got that sucker and it was terrible.
It's terrible.
And shout out to India, but India had it, I had it, somebody else had it, and we sat there and we tried to act like it worked. Felicia had it. We tried to act like it was dope.
The only person who was able to get it to work was Alec. I'm not sure if he's still here, but you know.
Alec did a whole video. Shout out to Alec.
Yeah,
but again, that's what he does, though. Think about it. Alec, we watched him get into that lane.
Yes.
And that's what he does.
Yeah, he's a bad man. Alec Johnson's a bad man, folks. Yeah.
But you know what I like about Alec? Do you see Alec sitting there talking about A7R camera and showing you photos and stuff?
I think he's still using webcams. To be honest, I don't know. I know he's not, but you know, I think Alec is just going out there putting out that content, and he got his membership, and now I think in October he's going to Texas in-person events. Alec Johnson is the truth.
Hey man, remember I forgot what he was doing before that. I think he was in real estate or something like that. Like, you gotta look at people that have backgrounds already.
Yeah, architect, yeah,
right?
He was building homes.
Architect, yeah, like it was one of his videos, man. I mean, that place was immaculate, right? So that's what he's doing. He's like pouring. It's like me. Nobody seen me do a song on here, make a track or nothing like that. But my history in doing that stuff is what I'm pouring into in here. Kevin, what did he say? He uses loop deck for Final Cut.
Okay.
Got you.
Okay.
Yeah, no, and that's what. See, again, Kevin's one of those people that should be on here talking about the use that you would put you would keep your
Kevin
loop
does
deck.
all of the production for his girlfriend. Is he your fiance too? I don't want to get nobody in trouble. But, you know, come on, man. It's all love. We broke bread together. They came up when we broke bread. So I don't know if his girlfriend or fiance. I know. Listen, come on now. But you know, Mr. Cox is the man behind the scenes, doing all of the cuts and the edits. So he knows which buttons to push. He knows his shortcut keys. I'm trying to wiggle my way out of this. I don't even want to look at
High tech just came up. Push your buttons. Push your buttons. Push your buttons. Here come High Tech.
Hey, wait.
Push the buttons.
We switching cameras.
High Tech is here.
Oh my God!
You got to answer with a switch on each camera. Look.
No, we make it. We not making funny. We laughing with you, not at you, brother. Let me turn on this other camera so I can switch over too. Let me switch.
Yeah, switch. We got to switch it up, James. You got to switch it up.
Oh my God! We gotta do the JP on him. Here we go. You know, JB came on the screen. He was like, so you know what I was thinking about and what I was seeing. And then as Keith was trying to explain, he was looking over here. and then you know we was talking about gear and things like, sorry, it's all love, family. We were impressed with you, and when you came out flexing, when you came out showing the muscle, the JP high tech muscle, and he just switching cameras left and right all over the place.
And look, it's crazy because I actually walked in here the other day and I was just like, I literally wired this stuff up over a year and a half, almost 2 years, and I have not changed anything. It's just, you set it up right.
No
it's there.
Yeah, no need to.
You leave it. I don't even,
No need to. I mean, it's us in our own way. When we want to get it right, and we want it to be functional. We want it to be efficient and all that. And I mean, shouts out again. So JP in here, I saw some content that he put out. He either built or rebuilt his entire studio and did what he needed to do. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to make it efficient. We're going to make it effective. We're going to make sure it meets our workflow. But you can't just always be out there buying stuff, keeping it in the boxes, keeping it in the closet, and not actually pressing play, pressing record, turning the lights on, and doing the thing. Stop talking. Y'all see, this is my third stream today.
Here's your nugget, right?
And my third wardrobe change. And so, this is what we do.
Here's your nugget, right? So you have to figure out what kind of creative are you. If you're a keep up with the Joneses fast food creator, right? You're always chasing the new gear. So think about a kitchen. Think about a good authentic restaurant. Like, so let's use Italian. That little old Italian mother is in the kitchen, right? And you like, man, she makes some of the best pasta ever. And you go in the kitchen like Guy Fieri. And you go in there and the best shows are which ones? The ones when they say, you make it out of that pot right there. And they're like, yeah, I had this pot when my granddaughter was born. It's like, yeah, your granddaughter's 21 years old. It's like, yep. So you make everything out of that same, I only make the pasta in this pot right here. And what I'm saying is that the same way that people do that with that unique cuisine, right? That's how you ought to be as a creative, where you're not built on the newest. And that was the secret I'm saying about a lot of these creatives that show us new equipment. If you watch them closely, a Manny will go back to that A1. He will go and grab that 85 lens that he had for over 4 years. And that's his thing, right? You got to watch these people. And I'm saying the trick to it is you can always make the money and have fun with, oh, yeah, I got the newer John, this, that, and the third. But for me, I'm going to tell you this right now. It'll be 4 years from now. I'm going to still be rocking this A7 IV and the A7 R5 is going to be my main two pieces. Boom. That's it. I doubt it if I get the newer A7s rolling forward. I might get a new A1 if I got a whole big studio, something like JP High Tech or something, but that'll be probably for indoors. But my main walk around, it's going to be like an old Fender Rhodes when you go to make a song. It's going to be like Babyface.
This fits
when
well.
He grabs that main guitar. He ain't going to find a brand new guitar. No, he going to get that one guitar that he made all these hits on and come up with something fresh off of that same old piece.
And it's going to be uniquely you. And it's going to be uniquely you because you uniquely memory. You know where all the knobs are. You don't have to relearn. You know what you're doing. Do it with your eyes closed. It's got some nicks on it. It's got some dings on it. Because you ran your bike over. Whatever you done did to it. I don't know how well you take care of your gear or not, but you. I ain't mad at you, brother. We did what we had to do today. I'm gonna go get ready for soccer. Let's see. Kevin was asking about. Let me make sure we get these questions. JP says he rebuilt the studio.
And put that overlay up before you go.
Which one? Which one you want? Which one you want?
That is so motivating, man.
I was gonna close the show with that. With a show.
That's my motivation.
Hold on. Oh, it's a JB. It's birthday. Listen, let's go. Happy birthday to you tomorrow, young man. Goodness gracious.
All right. He gonna be like what, 23?
No,
young boy.
We gonna throw it up for him right there. Put it where you want to.
Wait, he was just in them Bama streets. That's probably what happened. He was down them Alabama streets.
Out there causing trouble.
JP, was you on that dock? I think I saw you in that doc, man.
JP
You
was out there filming. Okay, the Black Aquaman came from the front. JP was in the back and came up and with them hands on somebody. Oh Lord,
JP he probably sitting in the cut. He had a drone flying over there. So watch, you gonna see some footage.
I'm gonna go back and rewatch some of the tape, and I said that show do look like JP.
That look like JP over there.
That show look like JP.
Look, you better get off of here. DJ Rob, shout out to Rob.
Shout out
out there in the Vegas streets.
Yeah, DJ Rob, he come on and he see the Hootie Hoo sign. He see the this right here. He's like, what y'all been talking about? Bruh, go back and watch the entire thing, because we
out.
I don't know what we did, but we did it. All right, brother.
I'll holler at you, man. Tell Isaiah I said happy birthday, man.
I will, brother. Y'all be good. We see y'all in a couple of weeks.